Now all of the elite sinners, the $70 ticket people, are all inside. All of the most elite, the VIP sinners, are already inside. The $70 a ticket VIP sinners are already inside, swilling down that beer that you want. They're already in line, getting the best beer, getting the best of everything. The VIP sinners have gotten a 1 hour head start on their sin and debauchery. But you $45 ticket people, you're going to have the same judgment from God for your drunkenness. Drunkenness will keep you from God's kingdom. Do you think God will not pour out His wrath upon someone like you just because you have a higher average education, higher average income, because you're sophisticated enough to spend $45 to sip finer beer? You are a higher class of drunk. That's all you are. That's all you are out here today, Brewfest celebration people. You're a higher class of drunk, meaning you're more responsible. You'll be more responsible before God. You've been given a higher education, a higher intellect than the Bud Light and the Coors Light beer drinker. So you will be more accountable. And so will America be. America will be more accountable. America will be more accountable than all of these nations that you worry about. You atheists try to question God by saying, well, what about all the people and all these tribes that never got to hear about God? What about you? I'm asking the question today, what about you? Living in the Bible Belt of America in the 21st century, to whom much is given, much will be required. And you think the best use of your Saturday afternoon and your $45 is to stand around swilling beer, getting drunk, and then probably doing it all over again tonight at the clubs. What a shame. Time to get right with God today, Beer Fest people. Time to get right with God today. Time to get right with God today, Beer Fest people. Time to get right with God today, because this nation is begging for God's judgment. This nation is poking a stick in God's eye. This nation is spitting in God's face. This nation is just taunting God to bring His wrath upon it. This nation in 1973 said it was perfectly fine to murder babies in the mother's womb. And now here we are as a nation, over 50 million babies have been chopped up and flushed down a drain for that wicked law. And you think God won't bring judgment upon this nation? Every single day on average, over 3,000 babies are murdered in their mother's womb. And you think God won't bring judgment upon this nation? In Proverbs chapter 6, it says that one of the 6 things that God hates are hands that shed innocent blood. God hates hands that shed innocent blood. The blood of the aborted babies will be on your hands if you do not repent, be saved, and washed through the blood of Christ. Cry out to Him for mercy. And just yesterday, this nation spit in God's face once again and said that homosexuals can be married, marriage that God ordained. God calls homosexuality an abomination and a vile affection, and you try to say that that can be under God's covenant of marriage? What a joke. What a joke that you think God won't destroy this nation and that God won't destroy you in your sin. just because you have a good education, just because you drink nicer beer, just because you have a good job. You people are paying big money to fulfill the lust of your flesh. You know, you could have gone to the convenience store. If all you want to do was get drunk, you could do that a lot cheaper than $45. But you people put a lot of money, a lot of effort, and a lot of time into your sin. What a shame. Cultured sinners. Very cultured sinners here in the microbrew society. The microbrew society is a higher class of sinner. But God will judge you just the same as those poor slobs who swig down Milwaukee's best. Do you think God is to be mocked? Do you think God is going to be mocked by this nation? Do you think God is going to be mocked by a bunch of individual sinners shaking their fist up? You guys are like Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, up on the mast of that ship during a hurricane, challenging God to a duel. Challenging God. There's Lieutenant Dan up on the mast of that ship during a hurricane saying, "Come on, God, I dare you. You can't take this ship." That's what America has become. America has become like that. Someone putting the rainbow colors on the White House. Why not just draw a big target in the center of Kansas and say, "I dare you, God. Strike us down with a meteor, God." That's what you're doing by shaking your fist at God with your sin and rebellion. Get right with God before it's too late. God is serious, and our God is known by the judgment He executes.